The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, quickly approaching this year's All-Star break. Tonight we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the New Orleans Pelicans at Smoothie King. Well, for New Orleans, playing above 500 in the last few weeks.
Live from New Orleans, 2K Sports proudly brings you NBA basketball from the home of the Pelicans. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. Last game for the Pelicans, they ended up losing to the Memphis Grizzlies. And they lost it by a single point, just one more possession, or one less bad shot away from a different result. Those really sting.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
For sure. Agree with you there. They just didn't have it. Seemed like they were a step behind and out of sync.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline.
Well, guys, you remember that Anthony Davis.
It's all paid off in the long run, though. Thanks, DA. All-Star festivities, Clark, are coming up. Just how badly do some players look forward to having that mid-season break in the schedule?
You know, I've never done a real survey to get the taste, but my general feeling is that it varies. You know, some players circle it on their calendar, whether they're all-star participants in some of the festivities, or if it's just an opportunity to hit the reset button and enjoy a few days with family and friends. So I think it's a healthy break for different reasons for different guys.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Orlando, inside we have Gordon and Vucevic. On the out there, turns Ross, and it's Isaac in at the three.
Terrific activity from Isaac. Excellent at using his length to get those steals.
Holiday with it. Pass to Hill. Waiting outside. Here's the break. Randall brings the double team. Money pass it to Gordon. Count it. Gordon's got his first bucket of the night.
And Gordon's jumping ability combined with his reach make him a difficult matchup for any defense, especially when he's operating in the post.
And that's a foul called on Money. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Holiday. His last outing, he had 8 points. And just about a minute into the first quarter. There's the pass to Hill. First time out of the game called for New Orleans. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando.
In their meetings last year, they split the season series. Happens a fair amount between teams from the East and West.
And, you know, when you only see a team twice a year, Greg, it's hard to really get a good understanding of who they are, a good feel for them. And oftentimes that can lead to a series split.
Shot clock at 5. Isaac with the steal. That's great. Here come the Magic. Peyton with some nice D.
Love how they guarded that layup. Didn't make it easy, which I think is why he missed it.
And yes, it's good.
Tremendous court awareness by Peyton.
There's 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Money pass it to Ross. And Ross with the slam.
Good job putting the pass in front of him, throw it where he's supposed to be, not where he is, paving the way right to the bucket.
Peyton surveying the floor. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Now we have a chance to pay homage to the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Nikola Vucevic.
Well, he's been an absolute magician when the ball has been in his hands. There isn't any aspect of the offense that he hasn't contributed in, and it's been a pleasure to watch. I mean, unless you are an opposing coach, then his play has been a vivid nightmare.
It's stolen by Vucevic. And here again, the Magic in transition. Up the court they go. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. 4-point game. Outside Holiday. Payton outside. It's Hill on the wing. Davis inside. Vucevic on him. And Davis can't get it to go.
The defense has to be better. I mean, they were fortunate that he missed that mid-range jumper. It certainly wasn't because of the defense.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Payton against Ross. Knocked away. And now Orlando on the break. Here's Money. Drops in the breakaway layup. Money's got his second basket of the night. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Magic.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
About the fact that defensively they're getting that backdoor and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Payton. New Orleans moving it around. 6 to shoot. New Orleans needs to get off a shot.
Ross is very dependable as a defender, somebody who uses his length and quick hands to bother shooters. Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance bucket. They can make a big difference.
Here's Money. I saw him go on a scoring rampage last game.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Now here's Payton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignite.
It's stolen by Randall. Pulls up on the wing. The shot by Holiday, no good.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
And even though Vucevic can get you a good amount of blocks and steals, Clark, in a season, most would agree his defense isn't a strong point.
No, it's not, but it's not a liability either, Kevin. I mean, he understands where to be and how to get there. He's not super athletic and doesn't protect the rim in a shot-blocking fashion, but he knows how to use his body to position himself well defensively.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Yeah, I agree. Not a lot of activity chasing down their misses. Some teams focus on getting back, and I understand that, but you should send at least one guy after those.
Pelicans trail by 10. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
See some numbers for Payton. His last 10 games, putting up about 10 points a night, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving, and of course, finds the open man.
Now here's Randall. 14 points from him the last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, it just his effort level was off the charts.
Ball's knocked loose. And for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last. Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. Number one, the Magic.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style. And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on. I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
And Holiday kicks to Payton. Vucevic against Davis. Over to the left wing. Pocket 6. Goes up from the top of the key. And again, no good by New Orleans.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Ross with a wide open look. Good on the triple. Ross has got 7.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point, defensively, you have to take something away.
Now, here is Hill. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And again, New Orleans has no up.
Hey, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that 3 a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
Money passes to Ross. Gordon. And the layup is good. He has 6.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Payton, good.
Man, Payton sees the game so well. When he has room for the catch and shoot, he doesn't hesitate or take long to get it off.
Here's Money, covered by Payton. Here's Vucevic, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. And the Magic lead by 16. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans and go outside. Back to Holiday. Double team on Holiday. Payton outside. Out of bounds. Orlando takes possession. Already it's February. See how the East is matching up. Take a look at the Magic. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And of course the Celtics just need to take it a game at a time.
And seeing where the Magic are, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they stayed true to it.
Here's Payton following the bucket by Orlando. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. He's always checked in for New Orleans. Illinois comes in for Drew Holiday. And here is Payton. 14 points from him the last game against Memphis. Just 5 to shoot. Bellinelli with the 3. Orlando grabs the miss.
I think that's got to affect your mental game. I mean, missing open shot. Oh, I love that. Yes, indeedy. Man, aggressiveness displayed there by Isaac on his dunks. A high-flying forward who really packs it down.
Payton finds Zeller. Back to Payton. And stolen by Gordon. Zeller grabs the board. Pelicans trail by 20. To the middle. Here's Hill. And 10 coming off an assist from Payton. Hill's got his second bucket.
Ooh, tough layup with the guy right on him. He can be a hard player to handle at times.
Money passes to Vucevic, and it's blocked. Hill kicks to Payton. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And I tell you what, Greg, they've worked hard for this lead. Their play calling has been superb, and the execution even better.
Again, the Magic score.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly, they've been the better team so far.
Now here's Peyton. He's got 5 to the inside. Davis. That one doesn't drop. 18 that time for Vucevic. Here's Isaac. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Man, I like the deep ball of Isaac there, man. Has good touch for a big fella. And he shoots it with confidence.
Bellinelli dishes to Peyton. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession.
And here's a look at some numbers for Isaac. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. 2nd in steals, 3rd in field goal percentage, and of course a knockdown shooter from the perimeter, ranking 3rd in field goal percentage from beyond.
And back to your point, 2 in steals. He's just a tireless worker. Plays that hard-nosed, on-ball defense. Most guys just can't disengage from it. Shot by Zeller, no good.
Yeah, good interior D there, prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
And you know what, Greg? They are crushing it on both ends. I mean, in total control right now.
And so it's New Orleans with it, following the bucket by Orlando. Here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Well, you know what I like to say? Persistence pays, and with Gordon, he's the kind of guy who just does not rest on the glass.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Here's Peyton. No good, unable to end this one.
And that gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Yeah, and the confidence really at a high level. Very impressive. They feel like this game is theirs, dominating right now.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And he's going up for the alley-oop.
No.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Another steal. And again, Orlando running the court in transition. Pull up Jay. Here's Vucevic. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Vucevic has got 6 points.
Quite honestly, Vucevic is one of the most aggressive and best rebounders in the association.
With 4 seconds on the clock, he's again. Vucevic with the block. And he recovers it. And so it's the Orlando Magic sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a very convincing performance from the Magic so far.
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
Magic shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Okafor out there with the out. Then there's Peyton. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Wood in at the 3 spot. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. For Orlando, they have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight. Clark, you had a tremendous college career, excluding yourself. Give me the best NBA player from your alma mater.
Wow. I would probably lean towards Jerry Lucas as the best player coming out of Ohio State. And then you look at his pro career, was pretty solid as well. I thought Herb Williams had a fantastic and long pro career. John Havlicek maybe would rise to the level of the best NBA player of the group that came out of Ohio State. Jim Jackson is another name. Evan Turner still playing. But I think John Havlicek probably in longevity, championship, Hall of Fame stature. I think he may be the best NBA player.
I'm going to put Clark Kellogg in there, too.
Oh, I didn't play long enough.
Here's money. Feeds it to Vucevic, and he banks in the layup. Vucevic has got 8 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist total, hey, they've been clearly the better team.
New Orleans making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. Early play, just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. We've got a moment to see the league leaders in steals. When you look at money, always dangerous on the court. He leads the league. And, of course, Jonathan Isaac, right on the trail.
When you've got those two guys out there, both with such quick hands, one hiccup by a ball handler, and they're off to the races.
Now here's Ross. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Hawks in Atlanta.
Kudos to him for his energy, especially on the glass where he was an absolute beast.
Here's Wood. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. The wide open look here for Holiday. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. A 3-ball. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
Holiday finds Okafor. Great D that time for Vucevic.
They're really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those days. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes it's just not working for you.
Here's money. 24 points for him. Count the basket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Wood. He's covered by Isaac. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting. And Gordon taking advantage of the fact that when he gets up in the air like that, nobody's interested in getting in his way.
Now here is Holiday. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats for Ross. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. Putting up about 18 points per 2.5 steals and 6 assists. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes natural.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Randall's checked in. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Holiday surveying the floor. 5 to shoot. And again, New Orleans has no up.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build.
Oh, watch out. Whoa, come on now. Throw it down. Capable of finishing off those alley-oops. Throw it in Vucevic's area, and he's going to go get it for you.
Now, here's Bellinelli. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. They need this one. And Drew Holiday, the bucket on the assist by Bellinelli.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Money passes to Ross. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now. Doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Money, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Hill, he's checked in for the Pelicans. As we take a look at the power forward position, Clark, one you know very well, who are some of the more underrated guys at that power forward spot?
Wow, underrated. You always run into some interesting names when you think about underrated. I think a guy that perhaps has finally found himself with the talent that he came into the league with is James Johnson down in Miami. He does a little bit of everything, had one of his best seasons this past year. Taj Gibson, I think, is undervalued for what he brings in toughness, shooting, and defense.
He misses the free throw. And Jahlil Okafor, the 3rd overall pick back in 2015, has had his ups and downs to the start of his career. But, Clark, he feels now he's on the right track.
Well, I think he recommitted himself to fitting in with the team and has been working harder than ever before. Sometimes disappointment can motivate you to greater levels of work and commitment. He was kind of a forgotten man in Philly. And now he realizes a second chance is with him, and he's trying to make the most of it.
Here's Money. He has 29. Pass to Gordon. Here's Isaac. Misses the 3.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Here's Holiday. Misses off the left iron.
They don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And George Hill with it. He brings it up for New Orleans. Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time. Sitting in first place right now and not looking like they are going to be slowing down at all. And checking out New Orleans. A game and a half out.
And I think for New Orleans, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they stayed true to it.
And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Holiday.
And this is a bit of a nightmare game for him thus far. Just nothing working, and it has to be affecting his confidence. He just doesn't look like the player he normally is out there, and you can see it in his body language after every missed shot. Boy, this is tough.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for New Orleans. And he makes both free throws.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Hammers the alley through.
He pulls off the Houdini to take that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Hill has the open look. His 3 pointers off the mark.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Here's Money, guarded by Holiday. Randall brings the double team. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 4 points in the quarter.
Gordon, so agile in the screen and roll. Exceptional at getting position in these sets.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Money after Drew Holiday's score. He gets stolen by Randall. Pass to Holiday. Kicks it to Davis. Lets it go with a three. Offensive rebound. Bellinelli. And it's sent back by Isaac. The shot by Holiday, no good.
I mean, his field goal percentage isn't good. He's not helping his team out there shooting this quarter.
Hits it from three-point range.
And Isaac takes no time getting his shot off. He's got a lethal, quick release.
Now, here's Bellinelli. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And that's a foul called on Money. That's foul number 2 for him.
Aggressiveness is fine, but you can't be this over-aggressive. I think you got to dial it back some. You need him on the floor.
Cody Zeller's checked in for Julius Randle. Davis kicks to Hill. Holiday with the three. No good. The Magic go the other way with it. They are coming off that win against Atlanta. Good! Another from three.
His shooting has been something that we rarely see, and he's sustained it all year long.
Well, it's been an incredible journey for him as he moves closer and closer to second on the all-time three-point leaderboard.
And the records Curry set during his 2015 to 2017 year, this season joins him with that kind of offensive impact as he closes in on the second spot for three.
Payton, he's checked in for Bellinelli. Payton kicks to Davis. Holiday with the three. It's hauled in by the Magic. Vucevic has got rebound number 13 with that last one.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating the whole game at a high level.
Yeah, making his teammates better through his passing. Greg, you know about that because you did it. Great job sharing the ball.
Well, I appreciate it, partner. Always important to have somebody keep rhythm in the game.
Here's Holiday following the bucket by Orlando.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. The Pelicans shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. They get a hand on it, and Zeller kicks to Holiday. Pass to Payton. Here's Davis. And nothing is falling for him right now. Here's Money. Oh, Vucevic in position up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Hey, when you feed Vucevic the ball, I mean, this guy is highly skilled, and he can make it happen in good fashion from just about anywhere.
Outside Holiday, it's Davis on the wing. Back to Holiday. It's in there. Davis with the assist. Holiday's got 6 here in this quarter.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Money, covered by Payton. To the middle, here's Gordon, deflected by Davis.
Well, I'll tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
The Magic have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Tell you what, it's been a different story for them at the line this season. When you measure those numbers against last season's, I mean, they've taken a big-time dip, guys.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Diallo's checked in. That's off as well. So he misses both.
And just doing a much better job of getting to the line this quarter than he did in the first.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ross. Zeller against Vucevic. Peyton, good.
Really like seeing Peyton operate inside. I mean, showing once again that he's got the total package.
Here's money. Both loose.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so. Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And the Pelicans with possession here. Magic knocking down the tray. Peyton attacking. Reverses. Orlando grabs the miss.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Here's money. And that one is hammered home.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
Here's Peyton. He's got 7. Nabbing another steal.
And you gotta be careful around him.
You know, Greg, he's been coming up with some incredible steals so far. And now the first time out called here for the Magic.
And he can... tell these guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under.
Really flipping for New Orleans.
And, you know, a chance here to see where the Pelicans sit in the NBA statistically.
And going back to their offensive rebounding, and that #1 ranking in second chance buckets, I think it speaks to their tenacity and physicality. They go at you. No question about that.
And the basket by Isaac.
And, you know, Isaac is a versatile player now. He scores in a lot of ways. Can't allow him to get too comfortable.
Tries to keep it alive. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Seconds left in the first half of basketball. Gordon against Holiday. Well, Greg, Anthony Davis with so much talent, it's easy to take Drew Holiday for granted.
I mean, I think Holiday is the catalyst in terms of this team's ability to create and really put pressure on an offense. It has improved his scoring and become a very efficient option at that guard spot. Has always been selective with his shots, but now is pressing a bit more to get involved, and more aggression from him, I think, has helped his production.
Both free throws good from Holiday.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else.
And another one goes. Amazing.
And now he is tied for the second most 40-point games in an NBA season. What a year.
Wow, he has brought it every night, and nobody seems to have the answer for him.
And he's tied with 52 games of 40 points or more. Just saying that out loud, I still don't believe it's been matched, but that's the kind of year he's had.
Peyton, right side. They get a hand on it. And so it's Orlando holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, what have you liked so far from your team, and what have you not liked?
Well, I like the pace of the game. Defensively, I don't like anything that we're doing as far as dribble penetration. Too many things are happening in the lane. We got to protect the basket a little better.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. Orlando had no problems getting going. They put together the kind of powerful run that every team would love to have, 10-2 off the tip. At the end of the first quarter, they found themselves way out on top. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
They're just pulling down rebounds at will. Their aggressiveness has been dynamite, flying in from all angles. With rebounding, you assume that everything is a miss, and obviously they've taken that to heart.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Oh, bugger.
Welcome back to New Orleans as we take a gentle cruise down the Mississippi River before returning to action. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Money.
Yeah, in fact, he's posted a double-double with about half the game left to play. That's impressive.
And you know what, Greg? He's showing no signs of slowing down. Now, this game has been all him, and he's been a force.
On the court for Orlando, inside we have Gordon and Vucevic. Terrence Ross is out there with Money, and it's Isaac in at the 3 spot. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans. Payton outside. Knocked away. Randall surveying the D. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Randall dishes to Payton on the wing hill. 6 on the shot clock. Isaac with the steal.
And 5 turnovers here. He set his team back.
That is breathtaking.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands.
Yeah, he wanted credit for the basket and the assist on that one.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Payton outside. And that's a foul called on Money. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. 6 to shoot.
And Vucevic is really good at using his quick hands on defense, not making anything easy for scores.
And the pass to Money. Holiday brings the double team. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Vucevic the pass to Money. Such a wide open look. Money's got 46 points.
Really impressive seeing a guy like Vucevic carve up the defense with his peripheral vision and passing. So good at spotting the open man.
Payton kicks to Holland. Here's Davis. Vucevic with the ball.
Hey, that expansive reach of Vucevic has really helped him on the defensive end. He uses that length to really bother the confidence of shooters.
Money passes to Gordon. Ross, that's good. Ross has got 13.
they're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Holiday against Ross. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ross. It's stolen by Vucevic. Inside. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And beginning to pull away. Really effective play calling halfway through this.
Well, you know, you got to give them credit. I mean, they flipped the switch, and they're not looking back now.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
On pass to Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
When Gordon gets room to shoot, he will not hesitate now. I mean, he's very confident from that spot on the floor.
The Pelicans have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Hill. Rebound by the Magic. Vucevic has got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place.
And everything they're attempting is going in. Tremendous run here in the third.
And a much needed run too, Greg. I mean, they've turned it up a notch. Really taking over now.
Heat. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And it's Payton. That time on the assist for Randall. And 11 points for Alfred Payton.
That's exactly how you set the table. Great dime there.
Here's Money. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And here's what the schedule for Orlando looks like. On Thursday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets. Then on Friday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls. The first free throw is good. Some changes for New Orleans. Okafor comes in for Davis. And it's Bellinelli in for Payton. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. These days, less emphasis on divisional rivalries, more emphasis, it seems, on conference rivalries. You reading that the same way?
Yeah, I am, and I think part of it is because winning your division doesn't necessarily affect your playoff seeding the way it used to. And I think if we get rid of conferences, the rivalries could shift again. So I've already laid out my position on conferences. Let's stay East and West.
Randall finds Holiday. Now, here's Bellinelli. He's guarded by Ross. Orlando, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. Randall grabs the board.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
And again, another assist. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. We've seen Money really having a great game.
And, you know, Kevin, he's on another level right now. Knocking down threes left and right. The defense isn't doing their job, and I think they got to talk about it quickly.
And let's check out stats for Vucevic. The past month has been surreal. Averaging about 15 points, 15 rebounds, and 4 assists. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboard.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
And Okafor slams it in.
When your 6'11" doesn't take much for you to slam it home, Okafor just a big guy who really can get to the rack quickly.
To the middle, got a piece of it. Ross buries it down low. Ross has got 4 this quarter.
He is in the zone. There's a reason he keeps getting the ball. They're feeding him because they trust him to lead their team.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard. Certainly been a good month for these teams on the offensive glass. Second, the Pelicans.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
New Orleans making a switch here. Woods checked in. Takes a shot at the elbow. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Money passes to Vucevic. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entirety.
And Vucevic, no good on that.
Boy, you look at the wingspan of Vucevic, and it covers a lot of territory. Not many defenders catch up to his release. And his mere presence on defense is disruptive.
Here's Isaac, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Jahlil Okafor. The Magic have made 5 of 10 free throw attempts, a lot of misses. That one is off.
Boy, you look at Isaac, and all you think he needs to do is add some weight. And he's got terrific skills and a promising future.
And he sinks the second. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Passes it to Bellinelli. Ball's knocked loose. Down low from 13. Spin shot, and the basket by Isaac. Isaac's got 20 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Wood kicks to Randall. To the inside. It's stolen by Vucevic. And here's the break. On pass to Gordon.
And, you know, over time, Gordon's offensive game has evolved. I mean, he's capable of getting it going from anywhere now.
New Orleans has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Ball's knocked loose. Pass to Bellinelli. Gordon against Randall. Over Gordon. And again, no good by New Orleans. And it's the Magic with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. And the basket by Isaac.
Major dominance, and it comes so easily for him. Fantastic at getting to his spots on the floor.
Bellinelli against Ross. Bellinelli dishes to Holiday. Vucevic with the block. They get it back. Here's Okafor. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That's foul number 2 for him. Zeller, who's checked in for Randall. Here's Orlando now. Here's Money. Non-stop scoring machine here. Count it. Good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Diallo's checked in. Ross against Bellinelli. Here's Holiday. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. Well, Orlando shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. And although Gordon had never won a dunk contest, there's no doubt that he is one of the league's most lethal artists in the air.
Yeah, he really is. Creative, great bounce and strength. Was recorded at the combine with a 39-inch vertical. I think he can talk much higher than that at times. He's got great power and a good frame. You know, if you see Gordon coming down the lane with a step, you better run for cover if you don't want to be posterized.
I mean, he's just making the D look foolish. I mean, that was one heck of a move to get himself the space he needed to operate.
And how about the slam to finish it off? Not too shabby either.
Kevin and Greg, I tell you what, safe to say that was a good-looking play from start to finish.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Here's money, guarded by Holiday. And again, another assist. Dishing it all over the place in this one.
He's tallying them up in bunches.
Diallo the pass to Holiday. To the paint. Here's Zeller. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 5 assists tonight. Zeller's gone 50% so far. 2 of 4 shooting. Here's Money. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one is on Holiday. The Magic have not set the world on fire at the free throw line. They're just 6 of 12. First free throw is good. Alfred Payton, he's checked in for New Orleans. He's off on the second. New Orleans gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Pass to Wood. To the inside. Payton, that's good. Payton's got 13 points. Here's Money. Shoots from 12. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Zeller's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Down low. Here's Diallo. And there's the shot to finish it off.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out. You know, this quarter has been all him, all about him. They're getting it to him in his spots, and he's taking over.
Payton outside. The pass to Wood. Here's Diallo. No one near Payton as he lets it go. And he's good on the 3-ball. Payton's got 9 points now in the quarter.
He had 1 in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
Here's Money. Good D by Payton. New Orleans gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Wood. And that one comes up a bit short.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Basket counts.
Yeah, and he's connecting on a lot of his shots here, shooting a high percentage from the field, really giving his team a boost.
There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Ellie finds Zeller inside. Here's Money. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. Sinks the 3-pointer.
And that's another 3. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out there like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad surprise.
Some changes for New Orleans. Davis is checked in for Wood, and Ian Clark subbed in for Bellinelli. 29 seconds left here in the third quarter. Oh, Vucevic in position, hammers the alley-oop through.
And, you know, when Vucevic gets in the zone and is rolling like this, you just have to make sure he gets his touches. Give him the ball.
Here's Clark. To the inside. Heat. To end the run. Danny battles for the ball, gets the second chance bucket. Payton's got 11 in the second half.
This goes to show you, once again, how unique a player Payton is. He's not afraid to pound that offensive glass.
And so, it's the Orlando Magic with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we've got more NBA action and 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Let's take a listen now to Alvin Gentry.
We just got to do a better job of executing, okay? And then we got to get back, guys. We got to be sprinting back.
So Greg, he doesn't sound pleased with his team's transition defense.
You can't fault him. Coach Gentry really fighting to get his team more engaged.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. You've got Diallo, Ian Clark out there with Johnson. Then there's Davis, and it's Pondexter in at the small forward. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Here's Money, yet another bucket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Here's Clark. They get a hand on it. And here we go with the Magic fast break. This is running.
And showing a good nose for the ball there. Picks it clean, and he's off to the races.
Well, excellent defensive instincts. Knows exactly when to strike on this end.
Clark kicks to Diallo. Oh, and here we go. Isaac's got the fast break chance. Here's Money. He gets that one. Money's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Clark dishes to Davis, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And Orlando called for the foul.
Davis is really the total package. A mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
The first one falls. And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him. But credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you want to hear from a fan's perspective.
Oh, Vucevic. Oh, goodness. Where did that come from? Oh, that was beautiful. What a punch. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Here's Johnson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. They'll be facing Steven Adams and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then on Friday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Indiana, going up against the Pacers.
And that game against the Lakers, that's going to be one where it will take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
And for the Pelicans, they're shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Now here's Johnson. Another steal. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ross. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Clark kicks to Diallo. We're hearing more players and coaches express their political beliefs, their social concerns, trying to, in a positive way, affect change club.
And Kevin, I applaud it, respect it, admire it, and can't get enough of it. As long as players and coaches are well informed about that, which they talk about, and most of the NBA guys are. And I think it's important that wherever we are in life that we use our platform to express our views. That's part of what being a citizen of this country is about. So I don't think you necessarily compartmentalize your life. There are issues that are dear to you that you want to speak out on and educate yourself about, and you use your platform for that purpose while performing your job, which just happens to be playing NBA basketball or coaching NBA basketball.
Clark kicks to Johnson. Passes it to Clark. Knocked loose. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Isaac. Lays it up off the glass. Isaac's got 25 points in the game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Clark, the pass to Pondexter. To stop the drought, there's the killer two-handed slam.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Clark finds Johnson, and that's a foul called on Money. That's his fifth foul. Clark's and G League salaries on the rise due to two-way contracts.
Yeah, and I think some of it was a function, Kevin, of the league's prosperity and success as revenues continue to grow. But I don't think it's a handout. I mean, when these guys get called up to the NBA, they've got to continue to be ready to produce and contribute because at the end of the day, it's about production if you're going to make your way into the NBA.
The Magic have gone on a tear here in the fourth. They're 8 of 9 on field goal attempts in the quarter. Pass to Isaac. Here's Money. Now Gordon. Here's Money. A shot. No good. Here's Clark. That one wide left.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
And Holiday kicks to Diallo. The pass to Clark. The free ball. And again, no good by New Orleans. Throws it up high. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And so quick off the ground is Isaac. I mean, a huge target for his teammates when he's looking for that lob.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And stolen by Gordon. And now Orlando on the break. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Here's Diallo. He's covered by Isaac. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, Diallo no good. On offense here with the Magic. They're on a 20-4 run. They get the rebound. And the basket by Isaac. Isaac's got 12 points here in the second half.
Defense, for me, just hasn't made the commitment to sprint back in transition, and that's why you see such a huge differential in fast break points.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. You want to be aggressive offensively, but at the same time, you need defensive balance so you can get back in transition.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter. Getting there is before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Here's Clark. Lays it up and banks it in. Here's Money. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. The first free throw is good. Wood, he's checked in for New Orleans. Bellinelli comes in for Ian Clark. So he hits 1 of 2 from the strike. New Orleans has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Wood, defended by Gordon. Holiday gets the bucket.
And that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Money passes to Vucevic. Okafor with the steal. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Wood. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
That's exactly how you set the table. Great time there.
Here's Money, guarded by Holiday. Orlando moving the ball around. And it's Vucevic missing.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Mm-hmm. Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling. And that's how you do it. Well done.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Holiday. Hits to the rim for two with the D all over him.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
I could not say it any better, showing you some real focus, taking it inside against the bigger man.
Knocked away. Oh, and here we go. Isaac's got the fast break chance.
Really easy to appreciate Isaac, Kevin. I mean, a solid teammate who's always ready to share the sugar.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans. That one drops for him. Holiday's got 7 now in this quarter.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Here's the three. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Ellie finds Okafor. Here's Holiday, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. That one on Vucevic. The first one falls for him. Both free throws good for Holiday. Magic shooting has been wild, 76%. That's just unbelievable. Money passes to Ross. An emphatic LU jam.
Hey, just put it anywhere up there. T. Ross will go and get it.
New Orleans gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. With the teardrop, he doesn't hit that one. Great D that time for Vucevic. Here's Money, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And you know, Greg, it's hard to ask for much more than that because they're getting to their spots and they're knocking down the shots. And the defense that time was late. And you got to feel fortunate he didn't put that one away.
Lob pass to Gordon. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Pondexter kicks to Holiday. Over Gordon. And nothing but hair on that one.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Orlando.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And when you look at the season for these guys, they have amassed a lot of wins, 57, and adding in tonight, it'll make it 58.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game one has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for money.
Boy, I thought he did a little bit of everything out there tonight, Kevin. I mean, notching the triple-double in style. He was a difference maker.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
And, Greg, you know how hard it is to win on the road, but they seem to have this one firmly in control and have been very impressive today.
And the Pelicans miss again.
That's unacceptable shot selection there, Kevin. I mean, why on earth did he think that was a good look?
Bellinelli against Ross, and that's a foul called on him.